Welcome to UNO. This legendary river has the power to unlock your best self. Sign in to our secure web portal so that you can elevate your state of mind anytime you'd like, in VR or on the go. Today I'm going to use the guest account, which is a great way to do clinical trials or use this at an enterprise. You could also sign into a personal account or sign up to create your personal account. So this is a great way to log into something like Qualtrics or things like that, and you can use these codes for anonymized results in an enterprise or clinical setting. We're just going to do an intro program to learn how content works in UNO. This is your guide to creating content. Hey, I just wanted to give you a quick insight into how the platform works and how we create content. So right now, I'm just doing a voiceover. I'm recording this currently on my iPhone using the Voice Notes app. And it makes it really easy for anyone to create and upload content at scale, because all I'm going to do from here is make sure that I take the voice recording when I'm done and upload it on the web portal to whatever question type you see moving forward. Choose the background or the environment that we want people in and decide how we want to guide the conversation. So this can be used for training, or it can be used as sort of a reflective portal for listeners or users to continue their conversation or reflection after a session. And there's also tools to create feedback. So really excited to see what you think, and you'll just kind of get a flavor for that over the next couple of examples that I'm going to show you. Everything we do at UNO is designed to be some form of a template that can be customized to the needs of our customers and users. And the sliding scale seems like a great place to start, because it's a great way to rate how someone's experiencing a reaction to something. And here I can ask you to rate on this scale, whatever it may be. I could ask you how much you like broccoli. And the question text that you see in front of you could say, how much do you like broccoli? Now, obviously, none of us really care about the answer to that question, but we can take real research, we can take real people, real questions, and meaningful questions and put them there. We can use, just like I'm doing right now, the Voice Notes app on my phone, record custom audio that truly captures the empathy and personality of people on the other end who are trying to reach those who are struggling, as they communicate the details and depth that is not communicated via text. And that will give people the context to answer this question. So for fun, just rate something on here, and then we'll go to the next question, and I'll show you different kinds of interactions that we've built out so far. So this is a variation of the single slider interaction, and instead of measuring one variable, we're now going to measure 3 in relation to one another. And a great example that I like with this is looking at something like burnout, which has 3 factors that go together that comprise burnout. That exhaustion, particularly emotional exhaustion, cynicism, inefficacy or ineffectiveness. And you rate it the same way on that sliding scale, but when you look at it together, it really provides a more holistic picture. So again, all of these can be customized. You do not have to use any of the variables that I listed here. You can write your own questions, add your own voiceovers, do before and after ratings on any of these things and use them however you need to. So what you saw before is numeric values here, and now you see qualitative values. The point is that every single thing you see on the screen, from the environment around you to the words to the values here, are all customizable to the conversation and experience you want to have. And that's all done on our web portal. We did it again with 6 variables. Here I looked at the 6 core emotions that are particularly relevant in an enterprise setting for customers, but hey, you can do it for anything. See, these are even different words from the last time. In addition to the variety of sliding scales, we've also included a Likert scale, which can be customized however you see fit. These scales are fantastic for measuring attitudes and opinions and are traditionally used in market and psychological research as a standard measurement tool. Each scale can be used individually, or they can be linked to one another as a before and after metric. This allows content creators to better see the impact that we're having on our community. And as you saw earlier, sessions can be anonymous or they can be linked to a user's account. So this is very useful for things like clinical trials or keeping tabs on how a user is progressing, and offers our team a lot of flexibility on how we use this platform. So for the sake of this question, I'm curious how useful you find this tool and functionality. So once again, you can change the question, you can change the labels, you can change, the values here. You can even add more rows if you want to have people rate more than one thing here. Now that we've covered a few ways to measure people's experiences, we wanted to give people a tool to help add structure and order to the chaos that they're experiencing. And one of the most powerful tools to do that is creating a list. And there are so many ways to build on this, but the easiest one is to have a set of options that you can rank in order of priority. And that simple priority list gives you the ability to focus your energy, direct your resources, and move forward. So this list can be customized, whether it's to the individual, group of individuals, and it can be changed from session to session, day to day, week to week, whatever that may be. Also, having a finite set of options that are preset for the user gives them a jumping off point that they're going to take and customize and build on, because they're going to grapple with it in their own mind. They're going to use this as a foundation. So that's our goal, is to create tools that we can build on, develop, and grow from, and this is step 1. So a great example of this is we would be able to customize what these options are. So for psychology, you might ask somebody to prioritize what's most important to them this week. And it might be their family, their friends, their work, their finances, or their social life, or something else, their fitness maybe. And you might say, let's prioritize these things, right? Let's create a schedule based on your values. And you could do that for all of your employees and say, based on what my employees value, we can create an incentive program around this, done through an anonymous portal. One, this allows you to capture valuable information, but 2, it's also a really easy way for someone to just prioritize what's going on for them. So this is something that we can customize on the web portal. We can change it so easily that it is something that could be updated as much as daily, weekly, monthly, however we want to be thinking about capturing information and helping someone elevate their own sense of self over time. This was one of the earliest elements that we designed, this portal that would transport you between environments. So from the beach to the mountains or wherever you decided to direct the user. But it's a great holding place and narrative element to put a nice voiceover and have the user do something once you're done listening. So we can use it, not use it, but it is a nice thing to demonstrate that we can do, as well as develop plenty of other tools like this. So we focused a lot on all of these individual tools and things you can do in VR, but you also have to think about the narrative and the story that someone's going through, because just being here, you feel like you're somewhere else. And a tool like this will physically transport you. And it's a really beautiful thing to go from one place to the next. You can change the way you feel by changing how you breathe. So breathe in equal counts. In through your nose, hold, out through your mouth, and hold. Fall into this flow and notice your mind beginning to relax. This technique is called box breath. It activates your parasympathetic nervous system and shifts your body out of fight or flight mode and into a calm and relaxed state. It lowers your blood pressure, cortisol levels, and stress. And you can practice this anytime you want. This will help you find clarity in the chaos. This is a breathing tool that we developed based on box breath, and you can place this in any environment. You can upload any voiceover behind it, and yet this visual will go anywhere. You might have seen on the controllers, but they vibrate to the rhythm of the breath that you're supposed to breathe. So again, we can continue to develop additional tools for mindfulness and behavioral health that will allow people to really bridge the mind-body connection. And this is just an example of one of them. Now just take a moment and think about your community for a second. The people that you're working with and serving. How can they benefit from this? What are the conversations that we need to be having with them? What conversations do they need to be having with themselves? How can we measure success? Where do those conversations need to take place? Who should be having those conversations? How can we create the best flow and the best experience here? And how can we work with you to make that happen? This leverages your voice. It's ultimately the fundamental component of YouKnow, which is a voice-based experience, because it is how we express ourselves. So what we're doing is we're allowing people to use their voice to express what's going on for them. So we can answer questions in the most direct ways. So here you can record questions and ask them to people, because you're really just sharing your curiosity and allowing them to respond in a safe place where there is no judgment. No one is sitting here judging me as I respond. And I'm able to think aloud in a beautiful location and just reflect. Now I'm going to finish this recording, and if I'm not happy with it, I can simply re-record. Change my answer at any time. I can get comfortable with the sound of my own voice build my sense of identity. Use this for mental health. I can use this for my development in the workplace. I can use this for so many aspects of performance, of infrastructure, of well-being, of health. There's so many applications for this. So this is a great tool for storytelling and all of the aspects that it can be used with. So you can use it any way you want. I can listen to what I've said, but for right now, I'm just going to submit my answer. And since I just recorded this anonymously, it's just going to reset and be ready for the next person to go and use this. And it's that simple to set this up at a location for lots of traffic. And if you want, I could sign in. These are all of the other programs, so we could, create multiple different use cases. That's just an intro. But this is a program library. So it's that easy to publish content on the web portal. As soon as I hit publish, it's going to show up right here. This will all be branded. This will go through an even better revamp, so it'll get better and better over time. And we look forward to your feedback and seeing how we can work with you to make and create the best experience for your community.